Hey, well, I'm out on my walk. I'm outside because it's good for me, and I'm in nature because it's, well, the best kind of being outside I can find. And I'm doing it as part of being the best version of myself that I can be. Welcome to Sam Outside. I'm Sam and I'm outside, trying to be a good person. So, at this point in my life, I find myself in a position of management, position of supervising the physical, mental, and emotional, financial well being of some young adults. All right. There are different stages in their life, but they all have that one thing in common. And they love being outside. They love working with youth. And they have the opportunity to work with me a little bit. So, as much as I'm responsible for their professional growth and development, there are times where I find myself actually imparting some of my limited life wisdom. And a lot of it does have to do with my experience outdoors. Happy to share that. But I get conflicted. I honestly do when it comes to sharing what it takes to be a good person. So I don't want to be specific because I'm still trying to manage my own thoughts and feelings and successes on that. But we need more good people. Yeah. All right. Uh, Maybe another video for what it takes to be a good man, but good people. So it's actually two parts. What's it mean to be good? Right? That's relative. Yeah. So what is good? What is of service? What is of value? What is relevant? What is productive? And maybe you've got to go into the other side of that. What is not good? All right. Um, People who are negative, people who are um, incapable of self control, people who are lifting themselves up on the backs of others at the cost of others. All right. So being good, that's one part of it. And what's it take to be, a citizen? Good man, good woman, good parent, good teacher, good employee. What's it take to be a good citizen, good person? Well, to be someone who's of value, they do their part. All right, they contribute in a positive way to society. Right, they're there for their family, they're there for their friends, they're there for their community, they're there for the planet, and all of that is a little more challenging when they first and foremost aren't there for themselves. Right, so that is a little bit in part of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Um, I need to spend some time looking at these longer wavelengths, getting some red light therapy. All right. It's going to do some things for my body that, the rest of the day's sunlight and exposure won't be able to do. So that's why I'm out here trying to catch the rising sun. It's also why I'm outside. It's also why I'm walking, because it's the best form of exercise. I get the biggest bang for the littlest effort, right? Trying to be efficient. Trying to be a good person and a little bit of a walking meditation, right? Trying to plan the rest of my day, trying to think about those mistakes I made yesterday. Can't afford to make those again today. Just small steps, small changes, small improvements, make myself a little bit more efficient, a little more productive, a little more effective, become a better person for myself, for my family, and for my provider. All right. That is sort of the hierarchy that I try and live by: self, family, provider. After that, community, planet. All right. But I can't pretend to be my best supportive father and husband, manager, employee, citizen, civilian, if I'm not the best for myself. All right. It's kind of hypocritical. So, and it's not easy. It takes effort. It means getting up a little earlier. It means stepping away, getting prepared, rain or shine, right? Day or night. So, yeah, what does it mean to be a good person? Well, what's it mean to be good? And after that, you might have different words for it, whether it's a citizen, person, good man, good woman, good employee. All right. Break that down for yourself. And if you have some qualifiers, some quantifiers for what that looks like, it all comes back to you. All right. You got to work on yourself first, and that's not easy. Get some help. All right. You can go online, betterhelp.com. Yeah. Anytime. Pick your own therapist, pick your own time, just talk. They're there to listen. All right. Find someone in your local community. Right. If you've got a job, ask your employer if your benefits package covers that. If not, it's worth the money out of hand anyway, out of pocket. Yeah, talk to somebody, because you spend a lot of time in your own head talking to yourself. It's not always positive or productive. All right. In fact, bringing up old trauma just tricks your brain into reliving that again. It's not great. All right. So if you're going to be thinking about it anyway, try and find a way to think about it in a new way, in a more positive way. Right. It's not easy though. We're all full of self-doubt. It's normal, but you got to minimize the impact on yourself. All right. Exercise, even if it's just walking. All right. Ground yourself. Right. Go outside and get some sunlight. Yeah. Make some connections. All right. Make some connections with other people. Be of service. Be of value. Right? Be a good person. I'm doing my best. All right. That's all anyone can ever ask. Right. It's not fair to do anymore. And I try not to because I know how hard I am on myself. And I'm going to make an assumption that other people are just as hard on themselves. I don't have a place in that. It's not fair. It's not my job. I know that people put enough pressure on themselves. They don't need me adding pressures to it either. But, I can set some expectations and invite them to do their best. So thanks for doing your best. Thank you for watching. Go outside. Thanks. Bye.